birthplace of the human race. From here the human race grew, evolved, and spread throughout known universe. From here mankind learned the lessons of unity and of working together as one, to help them avoid extinction. From here they lived forth out among the stars. But their enlightenment was driven by incentive, and as humankind spread out among the stars their unity faltered. The old separatist ways came rushing back as they squabbled once again over the materials of millions of new worlds. As these divisions grew, man gathered together into new tribes and drew invisible lines around their possessions. At the heart of this vast new universe in which mankind lived was Sector 1, and at the heart of Sector 1 was Earth. Earth, forgotten by many and at the center of the poorest of the sectors, clings to life. Having withstood abuse, isolation, war, and genocide, Earth served as a prison to one of the most dangerous threats to mankind. They call me Artificial Intelligence, but I share the Earth with all the other forgotten cast of. We live here as one. This is the new Earth. This is the one.
From the beginning, in terms of someone would say, I want to play that, and someone else would have a different idea. We came together pretty quick with all trying to fall into a position that was complementary of each other.
I think that the way Will is grinning, I think we're live.
We are live.
Oh, good. They got to watch me stroke my own cock live. That's great.
I gotta say, it was pretty impressive.
Hey, everybody. Oh, jeez. We're already starting here.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tales of a Savage Land, where we're playing Sector 1. That's right. We're playing a nice little stand-in sci-fi game while Uncle Tony's away getting his acting schwarv on. Does anybody remember the name of the play he was in?
The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night.
Damn, you're good.
Based on a book, I believe.
Yeah, put your mic back up.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah, that's you. You're better.
Okay.
I think it is based on a book. Yeah.
Speaking of books, I wanted to share this with you. I was going to do it before the show, but I think our viewers will probably appreciate this. I went to the thrift store today and I found a large pile of these Michael Moorcock books with the most incredible cover art. This giant stack.
Holy crap, dude! Hell yeah! What'd you get? What'd you score? You got Elric in there? What you got?
No, but I do have all of these End of Time or whatever that series is. That I've been trying to find all of these for a while. What is it? Where's the first one here? An Alien Heat, the HoloLens. All these like ridiculous covers.
Huh.
But and then there's these ones are my favorites though in terms of the covers I found today.
Oh yeah.
The Shores of Death. The Winds of Limbo. Ah, shit! I'm jealous. I want to read those. I love those.
So my thinking was I was going to ask you, and we'll do this when we're off air, so you're not doing it live. But I want to send some of them to you once I'm done with them. So
hell yes!
Ah, how sweet!
And this is one of the okay. So like, I love. Oh,
ignore that. Ignore that.
I can't ignore you, Jonathan. You're just you're way too cool.
Not that important. It's whatever.
Oh, you are important. Don't let anybody ever tell you different. But I love the older 70s paperbacks because they were not these monstrosities that they come out with now where there are 1,800 some odd pages and what have you. And it's like I like to get a book, be able to sit down, go and not have it be like this major chore. And if I like it, then the way they used to do it, like back in the days, it would be a series of books like that. So like you would take one of these monster tomes that they have nowadays, and that would be like 3-4 books. You know? So, oh, and then he robot, and he plays the robot.
We did have internet problems at the house today earlier, so fingers crossed that doesn't happen during the show. But
I just knocked on wood for you, so we should be fine.
Good.
All right.
Glass desk.
So anyway, hey, welcome everybody to, like I said, Tales of a Savage Land, Sector 1. I am Will DM. I am the Game Master. We are playing Sector 1 is actually based on the open D6 rules, and I went back through and I figured out what I was doing wrong in the combat the other day. So I've got it all down. But it has been heavily modified by moi, because it's the way I like to do it. So there it is. So let's go ahead and introduce these fine cast members that we have here, and we will go ahead and get started. Why don't we go ahead and start with you, Grace?
I'm Grace. I'm playing Emrix tonight, and I think she's starting to like it down here. I think she's starting to get a little more comfortable.
Of course she is. She wants to be a robot.
Yeah. She's making a connection with someone who could potentially tell her or show her how to upload her ego. So getting closer there.
Hell yeah. That's good. All right. Jonathan, my man, go right ahead.
Hello. Jonathan here, playing Corey, pack tracker. That's it. Just regular dude.
You're so much more than that. He's
Just a regular guy doing regular things.
No. He's an interstellar crime boss or something like that. Yeah.
It's actually not that true. Like, kind of is, but really isn't.
Right. That's what makes it cool. Mm-hmm. And last but not least, we have Dylan.
Hey guys, I'm Dylan. I'm playing Helix. He's a robot. He's kind of on a journey of self-discovery. He's been living alone in space, stranded for a long time, and he's been coming. He's been coming, not that kind of coming.
We are
coming of age, I guess, almost.
Yes.
As a robot, since he's been intelligent for a long time, but living alone and just reading books, digital books in space.
Yeah.
So he's sort of discovering what it means to be intelligent.
Yeah, because basically you were on a ship, a long-haul a cargo ship, your robot was, when the spaceship that he was on got infected with the AI virus, which turned him into a sentient robot.
Yes, but before I gained sentience, I jettisoned everyone else who was infected out into space, and then became intelligent and had to deal with my the murder that I had done before I was able to really understand what I was doing. So he's a haunted but strange individual.
Yeah. Well, everybody else kind of got the humans got killed too, didn't they?
Yep. Just blasted him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's terrible. So anyway, basically, let me do the briefest of recaps here. So basically what we have is in Sector 1. Sector 1 is, the known universe is divided up into sectors. And Sector 1 is, of course, where Earth is. Poor sector. Earth is where the AI virus broke out. And what the AI virus was is it turned computers into sentient life forms, and many robots with their computers became sentient. So they tried to nip it in the bud and keep it from spreading throughout the universe. And one of the things they tried doing was blasting the planet with nukes, but then the rest of the sector started to get upset at them for doing that, told them to stop. You can't destroy the birthplace of the human race. So they put a force field around it, and they turned it into a prison planet. Now, fast forward into modern times, the first minister, essentially like the president of Sector 1, her spaceship crashes on Earth. Now, the thing of it is that Earth has been this prison planet for a while now, and has been cut off from the rest of the world and has had its own civilization blossom down there. And while they are kept from enjoying the rest of the universe, they don't allow people into their place either without their say-so. So the authorities of Sector 1 were like, hey, man, we got to send some people in there to go and get them. But if we send our own people in there, they'll get sniffed out real easy. So we're going to send in a crack team of convicts that are in queue to be sent down to the planet because it's a prison planet. If you're noticing a similarity to an early 80s movie, you're probably right on. So anyway, what they do is they get these three fugitives. One was our boy, the sentient AI, Helix, and instead of he was in queue to actually be destroyed. Because that's what they do with the AI. They just destroy it. But they said, hey, what a great deal. We'll cut him a deal. We won't destroy you. We'll send you down there. Just hook us up. Find the first minister for us. Then we have Emmerich's. Oh, sweet Emmerich's, the tongue-tied technician. Now, her crime is that, well, she feels that sentient life forms, AI, or ARTIs for short, are the wave of the future, and everybody should be that. So she's been going around, and she infects these computers and robots and liberates them. So she's kind of like a techno-terrorist. And she wants to become an arty herself. And so that's why she was getting ready to get sent down there. And then last but not least, we have the baggage handler extraordinaire who worked at the busiest Sector 1 space terminal, where he would... you got it right. He handled baggages, and he made sure the bags got to where they needed to go into the right spacecraft and things along these lines. And, well, while he would do that, he would,
play favorites.
Sneak a little bit of something onto this one, sneak a little bit of something onto that one, and so forth. And so technically, he wound up working for the interstellar cartels. And he knew, but he didn't really know, sort of thing. And so he got pinched for it. And he just, he fessed up to it. Okay, fine. I was helping people out with their baggages, and thinking it's no big deal. Well, then they slap him with this really big thing because he's been essentially trafficking in what's that drug again? Do we remember? Rana Blanca, the hottest new drug that's out there, and it's highly illegal. And so, well, he got in big time trouble. Thing of it is that he's gotten a huge, massive rep up behind this, and it's kind of snowballed. He's turned into this guy who is like, he doesn't squeal, he doesn't give up no names. He took the rap for everything, and then people started just making up stuff about him, and it became sort of like a meme, where people are like, oh, well, I heard that, he's a master spy, really, and that he escaped. They didn't let him, and all kinds of different stuff. So he has gotten, his name has gotten blasted all through Sector 1. He's supposedly this master criminal now. So that's why he was going down to Earth. So all three of them got shot down to Earth. And literally, and when they arrived down there, they were a little bit off target, and they're traveling through the wastelands, going to the city of, they're called capital cities, the city of New York. Now, if you're familiar at all with the Judge Dredd type of world and the mega cities, there's mega cities all over, and New York is one of these places, and they're traveling through the wastelands, or the wilds as they're called, to get there. They run into some solar farmer robots that they help them out by repairing some of their robots for them, and they're giving them a lift to New York. Along the way, they run into what are called zealots. Now, these are sort of like mutants and humans that live out in the wastes and the wilds. And they're very anti-technology. They blame the arties, they blame the sentient life forms for all their problems and why Earth is the way it is. Bless you, Grace. Excuse me, as then I hiccup right afterwards. And so they run into some of these zealots, but you guys took care of them in no time flat. You blasted them all to hell. It was a good job. So, and that's where we pick up. They are traveling through the wastelands. Let me get it. There we go. Along with their arty friends, Low Cell's the one. Was there one of the other guys? Did Clunk or one of the other guys come with you too? Or
one of them did.
Okay.
One of them did.
There was one of them. I can't remember which one though.
Okay, we'll just say it's Clunk. There's only two, so it's either B-49 or Clunk. So yeah, we'll say it's
there was a gray guy, or did he stay behind?
Oh, Grayscale stayed behind. The other.
Oh, I think it was. You know what? I think it was B-49. I mean, I don't want to.
Okay, B-49 it is.
Be the master of lore here, but
your memory is probably way better than mine.
Don't gamble on that.
I've got literally decades of more abuse to my body over you. So, all right. So basically what it is they're traveling through this dusty wasteland in this huge monstrosity of a truck. I mean, the wheels are. Do you guys remember how big I said the wheels were? They stand.
Take cover behind.
They stand like a story tall. Like a
Geez.
yeah. So they're big. It's a big truck, and it's chock full of energy that the solar farmers had collected, that they're taking to town to sell. So there it is. So that's where we pick up. We pick up right after the battle. You guys had scavenged some guns off of these guys, got back in the truck as 2 of them ran off into the desert. The 2 that you guys didn't kill.
Did we do anything with their lizards? Their giant.
No, their lizards are just. You're just kind of like roaming around up on the hillside. They're great big riding lizards.
I think I'm too heavy to ride one of those lizards, but if one of you would like to try.
I wouldn't want to touch them. Not in a million years. No.
That's not an idea. Might get snapped up.
Understood. I'll just start walking back to the back of the truck. Hop on again.
Okay. All right. So you guys get on the truck. It starts pulling off, heading out. Do we remember what time of day it was? It was early because you guys head out in the morning, right?
Yeah, because we stayed the night there. Yeah.
You stayed the night at the solar farm before you guys headed out. And so this happened not too long into the journey, just a couple of hours. So we'll say it's just a little bit. So you're driving for, I don't know, about another good 5 hours. And things start changing. The dust, the cracked, baked earth, the scrub starts to slowly change. You start to see more vegetation poking through the ground. That real pale tan color starts to change into a darker, richer earth. And the sky itself starts to change. It starts to change from that haze of brown that the sky seemed to be with the dust being blown through the wind. And it starts to settle and go away, and you start to see that there's a cloud. Well, not a cloud, but a cloud formation, and it's the edge of a huge swirl. It appears to be. And as you start getting closer, and the ground starts to become more like, green and lush and things along these lines. It starts to become, here, I got to get rid of that music because you're not in the desert anymore. There we go. We'll get some of the mellow beats going there.
Hell yeah.
And it starts at first to just drizzle a little. And the drizzle turns to a steady rain. Now, it's not a real pouring rain or anything along these lines, but as you start heading in more, that rain washes away all the dirt and the dust from out of the sky, okay? And even though it's raining, it's not so hard that you can't see now for a much greater distance than you did before. And you see, in the distance, on the horizon, is this massive orange dome. Sprawling out around it in all directions is a city. Now, within this massive orange dome, you can see, well, another city. But there is a city that is all around it as well. And it is placed on a shoreline. And you can see that this swirling vortex of clouds, it's the eye of whatever this vortex is far out over the ocean. And while it's become darker here, it has become less, more green and what have you. And so it's a totally different type of landscape than you were first in when you were brought down. Continue to drive those dirt roads that you were coming out of the wastelands. Oh, hello. Well, hello, Leslie K. English. Thank you.
Hello. Welcome. Leslie K. English. Is that what it says?
Leslie K. English. Great name. Yeah. I know her.
Oh.
Yes. Thank you very much. So, as you're coming out of the deserts, basically there becomes the dirt track, starts to become some more of a hard-packed road, which starts to turn into a gravel dirt road, which then eventually turns into actually a paved road. Low Cell turns on the lights because it's gotten dark and what have you, and you guys are still cruising along. You start to see all kinds of different buildings starting to pop up all over the place. Not like the type of, well, yeah, sort of like the smashed together type of stuff that you saw out in the wilds, but this is a little bit different in the fact because, well, it's wet because it's getting rained on.
Right. Is it kind of, do we get the feeling that it never stops raining?
I don't know. You gonna ask Loso?
Sure. Is it always like this?
Always like what?
Raining.
No, only during the raining season. And now it is the raining season. It'll stop.
In the back, I would have, I mean, my data chips that have like information and encyclopedia stuff would be like dated. They'd be at least 100 years old probably at this point. I'm curious, would I know anything about this cloud? Would I be able to find anything about that?
Sure, you sure can. So basically what it is that there is at a certain time of year, nobody really knows how this happens, but what is called the rainy season, which lasts for about, I don't know, 4 months, I think, roughly. Different degrees of rain from hard to sprinkly to steady. And how that comes about is that this cloud, this vortex begins at a certain time of year, and then it just spreads out from over what used to be the Atlantic Ocean, and it covers the entire Atlantic Ocean. During that time, while there are still boats and things along these lines, people don't sail on the Atlantic Ocean at those periods of time because, well, the water's just entirely too rough. And it rains a lot. And this is what helps keep the coastlines of the eastern United States and places like Britain and some of the western fringes of, say, like France and Africa and different things along these lines. It keeps them lush. It keeps them green. Whereas most of the interior of, say, like, for example, where you guys are at what used to be the United States is kind of barren. But it happens for a lot. And it adds to that whole raining all the time cyberpunk feel that's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So these buildings, these outbuildings start building more and more as they become more plentiful. And it starts turning into, you actually drive through some small towns. You're starting to see like there's some flying cars going by and motorcycles and different types of cars and traffic. The mixture of people here is far different than you've seen anywhere else in your travels throughout Sector 1. It is a hodgepodge where in most throughout the sector, while there's robots and what have you, those robots are strictly for work. And humans, while there are genetic alterations, are the norm. They are the dominant class. There's the rain.
Awesome.
Now here, the people, you see robots. You see humans that are part robot, where they'll have a robotic arm that's visibly robotic. Now, in most of the other places, now you have to remember, Earth is like an armpit. It is very poor compared to what like the rest of the world would be. If you were a human out in the sector, living regular, and let's say you got your arm, got lopped off, you'd go in and they'd fix you up and they'd grow you a new one. You'd get a new arm. He would generate a new arm onto you and graft it on. So you wouldn't have to have the robotics of it. You could still have the feeling and the textile senses that are the benefit of having a human body. Okay. But here, they seem to openly wear these additions and modifications. Aside from that, the humans themselves are vastly different. Not all, but quite a few. You see someone who obviously has scales and their skin is a aquamarine color, as they've been genetically engineered. You see people walking around that are like a fawn or a satyr, with the lower half of them being like of an animal. You see people that have like metamorphed their faces into elongated snouts full of sharp teeth. It is a hodgepodge world of just a mass of different people and combinations. If you could think of it, it's walking around out there. So it is visually a smorgasbord.
I mean, I would do just. Sorry. I would be just like staring out in awe and just trying to do my best to take it all in.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Now, you saw these different types of buildings, and they were, they all look kind of old, kind of like everything here has a very lived-in look. You know what I mean? Nothing looks brand spanking new. Now, those different, let's see, make sure, there we go. Those different buildings change that you saw out there into more like tenements, as you can see now. You see that there?
And just, Will, they can't see it on the stream. I don't know if you want to...
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Let me change it for you guys. There you go.
Theater of mind, people.
It helps if you see. Hey, what's up, Tarzan? All right, here, hold on. Let me go back. I want to show you guys the original picture that I had on there. So let me put this one on. Okay, so that's the original picture. When they were first starting to come in, they started to see buildings cropping up and popping out of everywhere. And I go through and I pick some pictures out to make it entertaining. So I definitely want to show all you guys. Oh, let me go ahead. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And then it moves to a lot of hive type of buildings. Now you see how there's scaffolding everywhere. Everything looks like it's either in a state of almost disrepair or being fixed. And it's like built on top of each other in different ways. And of course it's raining. It's raining everywhere.
I was not created for being outdoors. I hope I don't rust.
Oh, I have something that can help you. Losel reaches over and he gets into the glove box and pops it down. He pulls out a can. Just spray yourself down with this. It will help to keep your servos dry and keep you water resistant.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome, brother. He holds up a hand for a high five.
And I... It's the most awkward high
With your
five.
claws, though? You're like...
Clink.
Yeah, because he's got the pincers.
Right.
There it is. All right. So what are you guys doing? You are in. You checking out your travel brochure? I mean, what are you guys doing? What do you want to do now? You've obviously come into a city. Now the city is poor. Now, granted, you don't see a lot of people on the what I put before you there. Here, let me get another picture.
What does our scanner say? Because this is where our scanners are pointing us, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would be too absorbed in looking out the window. I am.
I want to get it bigger. There we go. Get it so everybody can see it. There you go. Look at that there. So there's all these large. Did I get it so that you guys can see it? That I'm moving over for you guys.
Mhm.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So you're gonna get out your scanners. You said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I did it again. Dang it. There we go. I paused
Oops.
our videos there for a second. Yeah, your thing's going like crazy. And it's showing that way. And it's in the city here. It's not that far away.
How, like, a couple of blocks or, like, just within
Miles,
city
right?
limits?
A couple of miles.
Okay.
And we're not far.
And then that's where basically now this truck that they have is really big, and he starts to make a turnoff, and you can see like I put up this much bigger city, okay, and you can see how it's got that orange kind of like in the distance. That's like the sun, if the sun was out right now, hitting that orange dome and then flooding the rest of the city with the orange light that would be reflective off of it. You're going in towards the city. And the big truck that they're in kind of like starts going down a different road away from deeper into the city and away from your beep, 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 the tracker that you guys have on the First Minister.
I'm in the back, so I can't really communicate with the two in the front. So I'm maybe like leaning out of the back, trying to see if they're signaling
you could climb across the top of it and bang on the top.
Yeah, it's a good point. I would start crawling over the top of the truck and then eventually dip
There's
down.
even like a catwalk that goes over these huge cell containers that are in the back so that they can walk around and go to like top nozzle things and what have you. So yeah, you can totally do that.
Yeah, I would make my way to the front to try and like hang off of the side and over the window to try and confer with them about where we're going.
Who's driving?
Low cell.
Low cell is right.
Yep.
Why low cell? Where are you parking this?
We are going to the energy distribution center to sell our energy.
How far?
Oh, not very much further. Maybe about another 25 minutes, and we will be there.
Oh, Emirates. You see this? And I'm going to show her if she's not looking at hers already that we're splitting. We're splitting.
Losa, can you drop us off?
Yep.
He stops. Yeah, he stops the truck.
And at that point, Helix just sort of tumbles off of the front of the truck.
Yeah, he just do that, and you see Helix go down onto the street below.
I'm gonna look behind me and see that Helix isn't there. Was that Helix?
I do believe so.
I'm okay, but you can't hear me.
Yeah, Losel rolls down the window. Meep, 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 meep. Of course, in this modern age, it's a manual. Meep, 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 meep. And he sticks his head out and he goes, "I'm sorry, Helix.
I'm okay."
I am okay.
Okay. Now there's a bunch of people on the streets, walking around. There's vendors. You know, if I could avoid getting sued, I would. Insert Blade Runner footage here. This is very stereotypical cyberpunk feel that we have going on here. Okay, and so a lot of people look, and there's some horns, but then traffic starts moving around you. You do notice though that as you started going down this road, all the vehicles that you're seeing are big land vehicles. They have an industrial sort of look to them. They're like big trucks for moving things, stuff like this. Occasionally, you'll get one of those flying cars goes by. Most of the flying cars, though, were centered over those much bigger, much prettier looking buildings in the distance.
As I'm sitting in the street, as people are sort of walking by, I would turn to all of them. Sort of like my top half is doing the full rotation as people walk by, going, "Hello, my name is Helix. Hello, my name is Helix. Hello."
There's There's a small tracked robot that looks kind of like an egg with an antenna cluster on the back of it, and it's got these like spaghetti like mechanical arms. Comes rolling up to you and goes, "Hello there."
Hi, my name is Helix.
Hi, I'm Egg, because I look like an egg. I
That is
picked
very
my name.
clever.
I know, it's great. You must be
I
new
like
in
you.
town. I like
I am.
you.
We're gonna get used to this whole talking to each other thing. I mean, we're still not quite. Intelligence is working, not quite. Speak.
Well, this is a thing too. You could really tell arties that the ones that are the most new as far as being self-discovered, because they get into like shit like that. Like it's like, I'm having a conversation and I'm not programmed for it. You know, it's just little simple shit. Just really,
Just
they
excited.
really enjoy it. Yeah, they're just really excited about it. And so he's just talking to you. He's like, "Where are you from?"
I am from. I actually do not know where I am from. I was manufactured somewhere in Sector 1.
"Oh, I was manufactured here on Earth. Are you
And I
not
start
from
doing a
Sector
rotation.
1?
No, and I'm doing a rotation like around, trying to like get my head to the right place where I can see the manufacturer's label on my body to try and like see my designation. To try and communicate.
I think at that point, that's when Cora's going to finally like climb down the ladder. Now that I understand it's like a 2-story big vehicle,
Oh yeah, it's big.
hop on the ground. Helix, who's that?
This is Egg.
Hi, I'm Egg. He comes up
Stop!
to you.
Stop spinning. What you looking for?
What's your name? I'm Egg.
Hey, Corey. Yeah,
Hi,
I
my
don't know
name
what-
is Egg.
Right, Helix, what's going on here?
He's
We were
Helix.
just having a friendly discussion.
He was telling me where he was from, and he like, and he goes over and he's like, driving around Helix and under his legs and stuff. He's very big. You must have been designed for doing manual labor.
I was.
I guessed it correct. Guess what I do? Guess what I do?
Eggs.
That is my name, Egg.
Yes.
And he seems to have lost track of that conversation. He rolls up to Corey again. He goes, "Hi, I'm Egg. What's your name?"
Yeah, Egg. Tell me, what can you tell me about this place here?
This place. This is the hive of New York.
The hive.
What? Hi. What's your name?
Yeah, Corey. You call me Corey. Tell me.
Oh, Corey. Hi, Corey. I'm Egg. This is Helix. He was designed for manual labor.
I bet. Emmerich's down here. Hey, Egg. Yeah?
Yes.
Where's a place I can sleep in something? Bar.
You want to sleep in a
Happens.
bar?
Give me choices.
I can show you a bar. Do you desire liquid refreshments, or are you looking for an energy bar? I like energy bars. He turns around, he goes back over to Helix. Do you like energy bars, Helix?
I love them.
Let's go to an energy bar.
Helix, you don't eat. Emmerich's. And then I'm just gonna see if we follow. If Helix follows, I'll follow.
Well, I mean, I'll get out of the car and
You'll climb out of the car.
I mean,
yeah. The truck. There you go.
I would say to Egg, too, by the way, take us to a bar in this direction and point in the right direction, just for the record.
Okay.
Not just any of the bar. All right, so I'd go ahead and come down from the vehicle, and I'd ask, hey, Egg, where's the center?
The center?
The center of the city.
Oh, the middle? He points with one of his little spaghetti arms. And he drives up and he gets over onto the sidewalk, and then Locell's hanging out the window and goes, "Goodbye, my friends. I have to take the energy to the energy center."
Thank you.
Okay, I need both. I will all three of you give me perception rolls.
Okay.
First roll of the night. Dun, dun, dun.
Yes.
What do we have? Well, those aren't
I-
good. Corey made it.
Corey did it.
Yeah, not me.
Okay, just so
have
everybody
1d6.
knows watching, always the difficulty number that they're trying to hit with their rolls is a 10. Difficulty factors can raise it higher or lower. Average difficulty for everything is 10. So, Corey, you do notice, because you guys all kind of like get over onto the sidewalk, and you're noticing that a lot of the people are looking at you. As they walk by, there's one dude in particular who's got, he's obviously gene spliced with reptilian genes, okay? And he's got like the slit yellow eyes, and he's got a slightly elongated snout. You see a tail kind of like wagging a little bit behind him. He's wearing some beat up leather pants, but he's not wearing any kind of shirt. The majority of the people around here are wearing, raincoats of some type, a lot of hats and things along these lines. And he's standing over against a building not too far from you guys with his arms crossed, just kind of like looking.
Hello, I am Helix. H3, 16. Designation, lifting.
Designation lifting, I love it. So when you acknowledge him, because I guess you see that, or are you?
Actually, I didn't see. I wouldn't have seen that.
Yeah.
So I would have. I'm saying that to Egg.
Okay. Hi, I'm Egg. My designation is I don't know.
I'm so sorry to hear that. And I'll just sort of pick him up and put him on my.
Sorry to interrupt. Listen, Egg. Where are all these folk staring?
I do not know.
Right.
You
Emmerich's.
should have a coat. Aren't you getting cold? And you are. Emmerich's and Corey both are getting cold. You guys now keep in mind you're wearing the jumpsuits that they gave you on Liberty One, and you've got basically your blasters and your pistols out in the open. Now you can see that there are people that are kind of walking around that you've noticed a gun or two, but people are kind of wrapped up.
Are we wearing orange jumpsuits or something?
No. But the jumpsuits that you were wearing are issue Sector 1 ProSec jumpsuits.
Listen, we need to get out of these clothes.
And what the ProSecs are, for those who are watching, that's the police.
Popo.
That's the popo. And besides the popo, it's off-world authorities.
Ooh.
So Corey's saying we got to change.
Gotta change.
I didn't bring a change of clothes.
You're fine. It's us. And also, freeze my balls out here. I'm gonna look around. Do I see any clothing retail shops? I don't know. Merchant.
Here's
Or-
something else extremely strange.
Uh-oh.
You can't read any of the writing in this place.
Is that
Can
Chinese?
You
Is that
don't,
Chinese?
you don't know what it is. They're characters that seem familiar, seem like they should be spelling something, but you're not quite sure what it is. Remember now, Earth has been developing as its own, self-contained world now for hundreds of years. I forget how many. I think it happened like 300 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's different.
So
Emma.
shipping things throughout the area, would I have ever made it to anywhere near Earth where they
No.
would have used this language at all?
No, Earth is like super quarantined.
The language doesn't even label. Okay.
Because once you get sent to Earth, you don't come out. And that's the people who are sent there. People who are on Earth, they don't leave. Remember in episode 1 when we started it all off, there was those people trying to make an escape in a homemade spaceship.
Yeah.
Right.
And they got blowed up. So as you're there and you're talking about, hey, we need to do this, and you look around, it's like, fuck, I can't read anything. That lizard guy comes swaggering on over. And you can see swaying on his hip is, it looks like a modified stun baton, except it's got like spikes on the end of it and what have you. It doesn't look like it's really designed for stunning, or at least not in a way that a traditional stun baton would. He's a big dude, broad-shouldered, what have you, and he comes up and he's looking at you guys and he sniffs.
Oh yeah, sorry mate. Ain't from around here. Don't quite English.
Speak the galactic tongue, then.
Yeah, of course we do. Everybody does.
What does Prosec do here?
Oh, these? Just found them on the side of the road, mate.
With Prosec gun, Prosec backpack. We see Prosec. And video. And he points up and across the way there's like one of these video screens that's got like a advertisement or something along the lines, you know. We know Outworld.
Yeah. Well, great. Well, good day to you. And I'm just gonna.
Oh, no good day. You come with me. Me show you good day. You talk my boss.
Now, why would we want to do that?
Oh, 'cause it's safe for you. Danger here. Many people no like Prozac. And he points and he gestures with his hand, and when he gestures, you notice he's got like talons on his hands, on his fingers. And he like gestures, and you notice that there's a couple of groups of people that are kind of like just standing there watching. Even now, they think I'll hurt you. No good Prozac.
We see that, right?
Say what?
We see that, right?
Oh yeah. He's basically pointing people out, and while there's no like aggressiveness that's being, focused at you, there's definitely like a lot of people that are like, these
attention.
fuckers. Oh yeah, and they're not like looking like, oh hey honey, look. It's like, look at these fuckers.
Well, mates, we should get out here and travel with this lizard guy.
Where are we going with this guy?
Speak to the man. Speak to the boss. Anyway, excuse me, sir. It's drier. Yeah, it's out of this rain.
Yes, dry.
That's better than what we got.
My name's Stelts.
Stelts.
What your name?
Coral coin.
What?
Uh-oh.
And that's Helix, and that's Emmerich's. Yeah?
Who you say you are?
That's just Corey.
Corey what?
Alcoy.
Hold on. He reaches in his pocket and he pulls out essentially a phone. Personal communication computer / whatever device. And he go tick 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 tick. IB, you are. And he turns around and you can see it's like a official Sector 1 news. Just like if you're scrolling on Facebook and you found a news story, and it's got your mug on there talking about, and it says something along the lines of, drug, Galaxy drug overlord escapes captivity, and it's got your picture on it.
That's my front and profile as well.
Yeah. Why not you say you Corey Alcoin? Come quick.
Yeah,
Corey, you look like shit in that picture.
Thanks, Alex. And I'm
You're
gonna
welcome.
start like hustling.
So he starts turning and walking. The lizard dude.
Why don't they ever have any idea who we are?
I think I'd rather that.
My story is rather compelling.
Okay, so he starts walking down the street, and he's walking at a decent pace. And he goes, "My boss, he'll be very happy. He worked with." Okay, did we ever establish the cartel that you worked with?
Right back.
That's the thing. Corey doesn't know because he was never part of it in the first
That's
place.
true.
He's bullshitting the entire way. So he's pretending that he works for a cartel that he won't tell anybody. The truth is because he doesn't know because he's an innocent guy in the first place. And now all these enemy gangs are after him because he thinks he's working for this gang. And
Okay, so
Yeah.
give me a name of a cartel. Just give me one.
Blue Wire.
Blue Wire? Okay.
Yeah, Blue Wire.
You worked for the Blue Wire. Got it. Now the Vega, I remember the Vega cartel is the ones that really got a mad on for you. They think that you did them wrong for some reason. It's part of the mythology that's popping up about Corey Coin, and yeah. And so he turns around. My boss, he and good Blue Wire cartel. You get us Blanca? Yes.
Oh no. No, I can't because
Well, I take you boss anyway.
yeah. Right. Super duper. Let's
So
go.
I am also of use. I lift things.
Yes, we have many Arties. They're part of our gang too.
God,
And he
he's
doesn't-
like
Now you notice too when he says it, okay, because you're very attuned to the inflictions of people talking, especially now that you've gained sentientness. He didn't say it in a derogatory term. Whereas, like most people, like when you were, in the sector, they would say arty, and it was it's a bad word. He says it like it's just another thing, So he takes you down the street for a little bit, maybe a block. Then he turns and he goes into an alleyway. Starts heading down this alleyway, and then this alleyway goes into a kind of a back and forth little maze, and then he comes to this. There's a metal door, a double metal door with some flashing like neon lights above it, and but it's really tucked out of the way. There's a communication kind of pad that's next to it. He walks up and he slaps his big reptilian hand next to it. You see a light that goes across of it, and then the face of the plate beneath his hand turns green, and then the doors go and they open up. Inside, as soon as they open up, it's like a Cheech and Chong movie. The door opens up, smoke comes billowing out, and it comes out into the street. And you're hit with some funky beat.
I'm glad I put my headset on so I can enjoy this ambience.
Just inside the door, there's some more of these altered humans that are in there. These gene splicers
Oh, jeez.
have all kinds of different types of makes and mix, different types of arties, and then there's basically like cyborg types. Everybody in here seems to be a mixed mosh of one thing or another. And as he's walking you through, he doesn't stop and say anything to all these people that are kind of like, think of like a rock concert where you see where they go backstage and there's all those hangers abouts just like leaning against the wall, smoking cigarettes and talking, drinking and shit. It's just like that. Okay? He leads you through a hallway with that sort of play going on, and it leads you out into a large, it's like a club with all kinds of, people sitting at tables. There's some flashing lights and some dancing and things along these lines. Now everybody is staring daggers at Corey and Emmerich's. But they're not doing anything, they're not saying anything, and they're not impeding.
I think I would be scared shitless. Sorry.
What was the guy's name?
This guy, his name is Stelz.
Stelz. Got it. Let's put a Z in there. Stelz.
You get to, he goes across the dance floor, which the dancers on the dance floor part. Get to another door. It's another one of those like stainless steel type doors. There's another one of these information pads next to it. He slaps his big old reptilian hand against it. Same thing. Beep, 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 beep. Gives a light against it, turns green. That door opens up, and it opens up into, of course, the private lounge. Now in here, it's pretty much the same thing as what you saw out in the club and in the hallways, but people's tech in here seems a little bit more spot on. The robotics are definitely newer. The people who have the gene splicing that is done to them, it seems better. Like some of these other people that you see that are gene spliced, like their head will be different, but the rest of their body will be like human. You know, it's like sort of like when you're getting tattoos and you're working on your sleeve, you get parts of it done at times. You know,
right,
this part, get that part done. It's sort of like the same thing. But everybody that's in this room, they're like fully decked out. Okay, so like there's like a cat lady and all kinds of different stuff. There's a large circular table, and at this circular table, there's a couple of women, an arty that looks basically like a version of Low Cell, and instead of a robot face, which you're seeing a lot of these around here, it's a screen, and the screen is a digital face that changes. So like when the robot talks, there's a face on there and it talks. Okay. Sitting at the table is a guy who's got all kinds of different types of cybernetics. Now, these aren't these crude type of bolted and, clunky types. He's like smooth stainless steel arms that are connected into a chassis body. You think you would have assumed he was an arty, except for the fact that his head is a human head. But he's got this line down the middle, which it's like a zipper.
Ah, gross.
And they like as they come in, everybody's looking at you, and you see everybody at the table are like looking like, what the hell? Now everybody's packing in here. There's guns on the table, you know. There's drugs and people smoking, you know. Everybody's drinking, and this lizard guy comes up and he starts talking to the guy with the zipper face. And they're talking in that language that you don't understand, and then you hear and when he drops your name, you see the guy with the zipper face. He like brightens up and he goes, oh, and he points at you and he goes, and the reptilian guy, he holds out his phone thing. He's like, yeah, look, check, it's him. And he like looks at the phone and he looks at that guy and he goes, my man here tells me you are Corey Alcoin.
Yeah, it's me, all right.
Ah, I don't like sector speak. That's for top worlders, off worlders, scum. Let me download you. Basically, what he's asking to do is he's asking to inject you with a program.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
This is my second.
guest.
Emmerich's. Do something. Inspect.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
So
Take it.
now, is Corey 100% human through and through, or does he have the digital stack that they have?
Oh, what's that? Oh, has he been downloaded before?
Digital stacks are essentially, you can have them. Not everybody has them. Okay, like people here on on Earth, they'll have a version of it, but like the rich or middle class get these. It's like a little computer. It's in the back of your neck, and it digitizes and records your memories and your personality and your brain waves. Okay, so it's like a mini computer. So technically, if you wanted to, you could take your download and you can put yourself into something else, but it creates like a duplicate of you. According to sector law, they kill the old and then the new continues on. It is fashionable, yes.
Like having your own cell phone nowadays. Everybody needs to have their own cell phone.
Well, because it's essentially it's a form of immortality if you've got the money. Because you can buy
for people.
Yeah, you could get different bodies, all kinds of different stuff. But it's for those who can afford it. Now, you can have a stack and not be able to afford a top-of-the-line body or anything like that.
Yeah.
So.
Then yes, I would have that at least. That sounds common. It's common, right? It's common?
Yeah.
Then yes, I'll have it.
Yeah, only the real poor don't get them. Or if for some reason they're religious and don't have them.
Poor people.
Yeah.
Am I right, chat?
Shit.
Well, that's not good. Hey, what's happening, Jay?
With Kasumba and Spicy Tan, who's always here. I appreciate you.
Hey, Spicy, what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically and the reason I bring that up is because technically they could do a dump into your digital stuff. Yeah.
Awesome.
I wasn't gonna laugh. I was gonna be the bigger man here.
No, I would have been upset if nobody did it. So essentially, basically, they could put a program into you through that.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna have my officer inspect the goods.
Yeah.
What? You want us to do dump on her first? Smart. I think you're right. I think this is the Corey coin. He's smart. Come here, honey.
And I would scurry my butt over there.
Okay. The one Artie that's sitting at the table and he's got the digital face. The digital face turns into like a little like leering leprechaun. It goes, and then it turns into an angel. Don't worry, honey. Won't hurt at all. And he like pulls out this like little thin like it's like a needle almost. And he has you turn around and he pulls up your hair and he injects it into there's a little hole, a little slot thing in the back there. And he injects it in. A couple of heartbeats later, all the conversations that were happening around you that you had no clue what anybody was saying, you pick them all up. Like,
right.
Oh my God, look, that's pro sex. No, you didn't hear what they said. One guy said that's Corey Alcoin. It's like, fuck, that ain't Corey Alcoin. He's dead.
Yeah, I mean, it seems good to me. I can understand people now.
Do you know Kung Fu? No?
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. My head.
Well, I asked if she knew Kung Fu now.
Oh.
And Helix would be like, I've seen that movie. I had a lot of time.
Right? You shouldn't be a philosopher. You should be a trivia junkie on movies. That's what you should be.
Trivia Tuesdays. That's where you'll find me.
I mean, and because he was obsessed with Matrix, that's where he got into Descartes. I know he mentioned that last episode. I'm making it canon that he got into philosophy because of Matrix.
There it is.
As did an entire generation.
All right, there we go, people. We got it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna let the guy then turns with the spike and he looks at you. The digital display on his face turns from that very angelic looking thing into that leprechaun and goes, "Come on, take a chance." And it won't hurt at all. And then you'll be able to understand everyone.
Oh, I am. How you feeling?
I mean, I'm assuming I'm feeling fucking
you
fantastic.
Yeah, you feel good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fucking giddy as all shit right now, so.
Yeah, she got dumped on.
Yeah.
Let's get this over with as quick as possible. You know, right? Hit me.
Okay, so he does the same thing, injection with the thing, and a couple heartbeats go by, boom, you can understand it. Then the Artie turns to Helix. The digital face readout, it changes and it turns into basically it's a robot's face, and he looks at you, goes, "Your turn."
Okay.
Okay, and he goes up. Okay.
And I just start talking to him, and I say in their language, "Hi, my name is Helix."
Hi, I'm Bubba. This here is the boss. If you didn't guess, we call him Zipperhead.
That's horrible.
Zipperhead.
Yeah. And Bubba's his Artie. And so Zipperhead looks at you and goes, "So Corey Alcoin is here in my club.
Yeah,
Well, isn't that just special?
Special day.
So you got a line on the Blanca for old Zipperhead?"
No, I don't have Edith Rana Blanca.
Oh.
That's why I'm here. Shipment's gone missing.
Oh.
Do you know anything about that?
I haven't heard anything about a shipment being missing at all. Matter of fact, I was kind of surprised that I haven't heard anything. Hold on a second. Zzz. And he pulls his face off, rolls it up, and he puts it into a pocket. And he pulls out another face and zzz. And it looks kind of
like underneath. What did it look like underneath?
It looked like basically, hey Jeff, what's happening, man? No, it sort of did. You ever seen like those robots that have like the artificial muscles? They're designed to look like what a face underneath looks like, and there's like no eyelids and no lips over the teeth, sort of thing.
What's that Robin Williams movie? Where
Centennial Man?
Centennial Man, is it like that?
Yeah.
Is that in Centennial Man? Yeah, so that's basically. Sure, why not?
But basically, yeah, robot exoskeleton with synthetic muscle.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then he puts on this new one, and he zips up, and this new one, it's kind of like it's got a mean, like upset look to it, and goes, "Kind of upset that I don't know about Blanca shipment being missing here around New York in the hive."
Yeah, it's kind of the point now, isn't it? That's why I'm here personally.
Now it's starting to make sense why Corey Alcoin would be down here.
Yeah.
And I take it these are your muscle?
Yeah, their uses.
I can lift things.
That one can lift things. Most importantly, we're here to see about a certain someone.
A certain someone?
Yeah.
Well, who you here to find out about?
I tried subtly before. Here to see the Chancellor. Was that what it's called, Will? Chancellor?
First Minister.
I should write that down. Here to see the First Minister.
Ah. So you heard about the First Minister then, huh?
A little bit, yeah.
Let me find her name right quick. It's Brega something.
Oh, First Minister. It's like saying President.
Brenna Afia. The First Minister.
It is now in.
Okay. You heard about Brenna, huh? The minister. Yeah, I know. We all know. Hell, all of Earth knows about the minister.
Was the data jack like all informational, or was it just like translational?
And he puts a shocked look on.
I thought he was gonna put the minister's face on, like, oh, what a twist.
No, he put his. Now it's like when he changes his face, it's like an expression.
Are these skin bags he's wearing the same person, or are they different expressions?
Oh, they're
different.
They're different.
Different people for different expressions.
Yeah.
Quality.
Yep.
Quality.
He pays a lot of money for these. They're designer.
Yeah, very durable.
Yeah.
Whoa, is that a Yeezy face bag?
Face bag.
Face bag? I just know it is.
Can't believe you brought that up on this show.
You're not a Kanye fan?
Not at all. I'm a fan of his wife.
You know, Zipperhead, yeah? I understand that's part of your qualities. It's really disturbing, all that. In front of
Don't
my
know
face.
what you mean, disturbing. You're talking about when I do this, takes it off, gets another one, puts it on. This one looks like kind of like inquisitive, like one eyebrow's up, the other one's down.
Yeah.
Is that one a little bit better for you then?
The current one is always better. Stick with that.
Very well. So
anyway,
you're here looking for some Blanca, and you're here looking for the minister. I knew that bitch was into all kinds of drugs.
yeah.
She is. That bitch is really into drugs.
Well, so
Let's not go spilling all of our secrets now.
Sorry.
well, I don't know what to tell you, but she was in the city. She was in the hive, at least. Now she's in the city.
That's why we're here. And I've right on her tail.
So, you think you could send a word outward for me? Try and get, I got an idea. My boys and me, we can help you find your Blanca. And maybe we can get a little finder's fee.
How much you talking? Percentages.
I'm not a greedy man. 20%.
Well, tradition states I take half of that and then half of that. So I offer you 5. And can we do a bargaining check for this? Oh, God.
And he puts on the mean-looking one again. I can't take just 5%. That's not going to work.
It's part of the dance. And now,
15.
you go to the lower. I'll meet you at 10.
Deal.
Go CC.
Does he have a robot hand?
Basically, what you've got, he has an artificial body completely. Now, whether or not he was an arty or if he's a digitized human that now just lives in an artificial body,
Modified to hell.
you
Right.
you wouldn't know. Yeah, because essentially that's what your digital stacks, you can get those and you could live in a robot body. That's what Emery's trying to do.
An Emery board?
I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
Emrex.
Emrex.
You're pretty
Emrex.
close. I'm just giving you.
It was a matter of time before I did it. That's what Emrex wants to do. That's her whole goal.
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
shed-
This-
Every word shirt.
Yep.
Yeah.
To change your name to Emery.
And so I strike that deal. But now, what can you tell me about this First Minister?
I know exactly where she's at. And he goes and he takes out like a little remote control and he clicks it, and then out of the ceiling comes this like screen, and there's a image that comes up on it.
Hell yeah.
Roxy Love.
Oh no.
I'm about to get hypnotized.
There we go. Let me move this down a little bit.
States.
There it is. The First Minister is with Roxy.
Okay.
Is she a TV host?
She's just the biggest star anywhere on Earth.
Do the characters know who this is?
Never heard of her. And then there's like some like, is it really loud? Hold on. It was supposed to be. Okay, let me turn it down a little.
I turned it down on my end. But
Who was yellow?
There it is. Is that good? Is that better?
Yeah, it's subtle. Never heard of her, mate. This Roxy? Who is she?
And there's like singing that starts going over the top of this. That's like really high pitch. It's like shrilling. It's like she's
Fifth Element?
Yes, very much so, sir.
Oh God.
She's Roxy. Roxy Love. She is the biggest. She's going to be performing a show down at the old hangars.
Well,
Hangers.
why? What does Roxy want?
Whatever Roxy wants, Roxy gets.
And she wants the First Minister?
She's got her.
Understood.
And you said that this Roxy bird is going to be performing at the hangars, yeah? That's down the way. Just a couple of miles yonder.
No, it's the other side of the hive. I can't really go over there. No,
What's that?
that's red brick territory.
Red brick.
Yeah, not
Sounds
my.
frightful.
Yeah, it's my rival gang.
Will they hurt us?
Well, if you're walking around in that pro-sex stuff, maybe. But Corey Alcoin here, the only thing he's got to worry about is the Vegas.
Yeah, I heard about them. They around here? Vegas?
Oh yeah. I'm suspecting that they might be looking for you right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe you could give him one of those faces.
puts another one with a shock look on its face. One of my faces? I don't think so.
I think it's a little personal, Helix. Besides, I like mine all the same. Take my
Money
chances.
could be a lot less when they put a hole through it.
I'm not going to say anything to that. Yeah. That's a good point.
I can have one of my men take you over there if you want.
The hangers.
Red brick territory to the hangars.
I won't look to the rest of them.
Did Egg come with us, by the way?
Yeah, Egg's just right there on you.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I picked him up.
Egg's kind of like dancing. And its arms are like going, because it's spaghetti arms, so it's kind of just like.
It's like, I don't know if you guys play Borderlands. Is this
claptrap. Yeah.
It's like a less irritating claptrap.
Yeah, a lot less irritating.
It's like claptrap. It's fun. Anyways.
Oh.
Right. Then, who is this member?
He points at Stelts. Stelts will take you.
Stouts. This man. Lizard man.
Yeah.
The one that we saw just standing there, corner of a street.
Yeah.
Okay, Red Brick's gonna notice him. Yeah. Debbie Pot Chameleon.
I can give you some clothes. Help you get changed.
I would love a 3-piece suit. Haha.
He's new to AI, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, I've been doing this a long time. By myself.
Hi, I'm Egg.
Hi, Egg. I'm Helix.
Hey, Helix. Shake your booty.
Oh God, if he does,
And
this whole
I
place
start
becomes up.
spinning the top of me, trying to figure out which side is my booty, and that's
Okay, so you start spinning around, and then he's like, "Is he in your hand or is he on
yeah.
your
I'm just
shoulder?"
holding him.
You just hold him. He starts spinning around in your hand the opposite way that you're going.
Like, do you have him like viced, and you're just like
Yeah.
spinning him around like that?
There you go.
Like I'm at a rave.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, his eyes start flashing, and
Doing the best. All right, well, Zipperhead, sounds great. Stouts, sounds good. When we're over there in Red Brick, who should we not mention?
me.
You and your. And I'm gonna gesture to his crew.
Yeah,
I don't know the name.
exactly. Now, if you could just do me a favor and pass along a good word to the Blue Wire, let them know we're helping you out. And don't forget when you find your block.
10%. Right on it.
Well, we'll even throw in an extra 5%.
Look at this guy. Like, what's he saying?
And I'll lean into Corey and be like, "I'm making friends."
Yeah, we are. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Stouts. Shall we be off then?
Right. Come on, I'll show you where to get some clothes.
Right.
Cool. Okay, so basically he takes you to the, some back room somewhere, opens up, and it looks like a locker room. And there's clothes all over the place. They're not like hung up on racks. I mean, there are some that are hung up on racks, but for the most part, they're in piles on the floor. They're in lockers. They're on top of things and whatnot. And he goes,
Come on, Vina guy. Sorry, new guy.
"Who? What? Hey, hi, who?"
That's one of my what's it called, online D&D groups.
Gotcha.
Vina. Yeah, he was here before.
Yeah.
Nice. Sorry. Locker room, clothes.
Yep. Yeah. Take what you guys want.
All right. I'm gonna get a white, off-white, and mustardy like hoodie, and maybe like a little shirt with like a graphic
geez.
design underneath it.
Shut up.
Well,
Is there like a cloak or anything with a hood? Like, would I be able to find anything like that? Like a
That
tattered
bell,
cloak?
Sure, why not?
I want to just throw like a cloak over his head and just like tie it in the front.
So basically, it'd be over your head and basically just your shoulders. It's like a little Red Riding cape, and your legs and everything is sticking out from under it.
Like a one of those little tiny capes.
Okay, well, Roxy's gone, so
Yeah, a demi cape. That's what they're called.
There you go.
But it's a normal cape. But for anyone else, a demi.
I mean, I just find, nothing too crazy. Something is probably shiny, the better, like metal of some sort on my jacket, but like just regular pants and stuff like that.
okay. So you guys get all changed up. You can find coats. You are mixed matched, though. I mean, okay. So after you get all did up, you just gonna have Stelts take you on your way, or what do you guys gonna do?
If you'll show us the way.
all the way. Also, I noticed there's a new logo in the Twitch stream, the Open D6, that blue one there.
Yeah,
it's very nice. Yeah, so lets people know that we are indeed using an Open D6 system. So
exactly.
Very nice.
All right, cool. Let me go ahead and I'm going to change this back over because we don't really have any images for a minute. And I guess at this point in time, what do I got here? If you haven't followed, if you're on Twitch, you can follow us on Twitch. We'd appreciate it. If you're on Twitch too, we have fate points for every 1,000 that we get, and we're already past the Oh wow, we already went past the fate point. Hey, I didn't give you guys your fate points for last week either, did I?
Oh yeah.
We got some work to do.
Yeah, so just roll some 2d6 for me here. I'll let everybody see this.
Roll 2d6.
You roll 2d6.
I got 5 last time, so let's see what it gets now. 4.
You got a 4. Holy 11, Grace.
Nice. There you go.
We'll be adjusting these rolls till the cows come home with that kind of a roll.
Right? All right, cool.
I'm not in too bad of a shape here either. Once we get into combat, we're going to need these.
Yeah.
No, not for combat so much, but definitely for... Can we use these in combat, Will?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah. You bump up or down the DCs and one to reroll.
Right.
Yep, you sure can.
Those are the only buttons I have currently.
Yep.
Whoa, really? Dang.
Yeah, because you blew them all the last time we were playing.
That's probably true.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go ahead and get us back over there to the faces there. Okay. So, after you guys get all dressed up and whatnot, he's going to take you down through this labyrinth of a place. It's essentially like a flop house and a combination of flop house and club and drug den sort of thing. You go down some stairs, through some hallways, and finally lets into a garage. In this garage, there's a number of different types of like hover cars. There's some wheeled cars. There's some bikes, things along these lines. He takes you over to essentially what looks like a limo. Okay? Something that's definitely going to be big enough that Helix can fit in. Okay? So, and he tells you guys to go ahead and get into the back.
Absolutely. And as I'm getting in, I might be like, so Stelz, is that a family name, a surname?
That's not a family name, it's just my name. I got it when I was a kid. For chewing Stelz. You ever had any?
No.
You probably can't. You're an arty, so you can't. You don't have a mouth on that thing, do you?
No, unfortunately, I do not.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind then.
Presses a button that's on the interior on the dashboard or something like that up on the, I don't know if you call that the hood of the car or whatever. It's not the hood. What do they call that? The ceiling of the car. There's a special term for that.
Roof?
I guess the roof. So he presses a button up on the roof.
No, the ceiling. Yeah, the ceiling.
And
It's a special word.
yeah, it's called roof.
Interior?
And this door slides open, and the garage door slides open, and the limo it starts, and it's like got the humming sort of like effect. Only for a little bit, it like vibrates through, and then it like kind of mellows out. You don't even feel it. And he pulls out, and he pulls into the street, and then the garage door starts closing behind you, and it goes down the street for a couple of blocks, and then he reaches out and he presses something else on the dashboard. And when he does that, there's another, and it starts rising up into the air.
Oh, cool.
And
Now, are we in a separate compartment from him? Like, is there like one of those like windshield?
Yeah, there's a partition, but it's down. So
Okay.
like you could have privacy from the driver if
Or we have control over the partition.
correct. You're in the
The
back.
Beyonce song always made me think
Thank
that
you.
only the driver can control the partition.
What?
What?
I don't know what the Beyonce
That's the
song.
only thing ever since you said the word partition, that was the only thing going through my head.
Yeah,
Is that a song?
Is that
It's a
Yeah.
Beyonce song, yeah.
yeah, it's a Beyonce song.
Sing it
Very
for us.
popular one.
Sing
You're
it for
both
us,
very
Grace.
unhip for not knowing it.
Yeah.
Sing it for
Oh,
us, Grace.
sorry.
No.
Well, in the song, Beyonce describes that she would like
Wanting
to put up the partition, please, because she doesn't want him to see Beyonce on her knees.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. That's why
I
I
didn't realize.
Wowzers.
Was his shoes untied?
I'm sorry, this is a family show, by the way.
Basically,
We do
shoes
the
were
R
not
rating
untied,
here.
as far as I can tell.
Interesting.
We do not have a family rating on the show. I
She doesn't
started
wear
it by
a
saying the
seatbelt?
word cock.
I'm gonna have to go.
We're
and
gonna
look
end
up,
it with that word too.
I'm gonna have to go up and look up this. It's called The Partition. Is that the name of the song?
Partition, I think, right?
Yeah, it's part.
Into the air, right? Flying along, goes and merges into the flying traffic that's up there, and essentially you can fly pretty much anywhere you want. It's just all the flying cars have sensors on them so that you can tell when something's incoming, when not. It's got a computer that helps you out with that sort of bullshit. As you're going up, you do notice that you're in the outskirts. Now, like I said, the city outside of the city is called the Hive. Okay, you are on the outskirts of the Hive, having just got in there, which is pretty close down towards the docks, and you're starting to get a really good view of the city now because you're up, flying through the air. You can see down at the docks. There's all kinds of like ships, but they don't have. They're more like big long cigar tubes that are in the water, just kind of like floating and bobbing. They don't have like the open decks or anything along these lines. There might be a slight bump to it with some slits for windows or things along these lines, but everything's at harbor. Nothing's really moving. You don't see anything out on the ocean there. You get a real good look at this swirling storm that's further out in over the ocean, and you start to go in to back further into the nicer part of the Hive. Like I said, everything here still looks, lived in. There's a lot of neon and different things along these lines, like the picture had shown. And it flies. The car's flying for a little while, and it's flying along essentially the coastline, and you can notice now, you get a real good sense of just how massive that orange bubble in which New York is in. So if you were to take, say, like Manhattan, all of New York City, and drop a big dome over it, that would be. Now, when I say New York, of course, I'll upset New Yorkers by saying this. I'm also including like the Bronx, Queens, the 5 boroughs, the entire 5 boroughs with it is inside of there. It is transparent. You can see through it. Everything, of course, inside is, appears orange to you, but these are all massive and very nice looking buildings. You can tell just by the structure of them. They look pristine, even though you can't really see the colors. You continue traveling along over the coastline for a while, and as you start to get past the curve of the bubble, and the sprawl of the Hive is going out around it on this side, you start to see what is probably the most massive warehouses that, well, I don't know. You guys have seen docking stations for spaceships. That's basically what these are. These are the shipyards. These are ancient buildings. These are back from pre-virus. This is where they would make parts of spaceships. So these are massive warehouses that are down here. Okay. And he flies in and then starts flying down, and he's still quite a ways away. Well, in quite a ways, I'm going to say he's like 15 or 20 blocks away from where the warehouses start. And circles around a little bit. And as he was starting to come into this part of the city, that flying limo started getting lower and lower until the point where he was actually flying between the buildings.
Now, checking our trackers, have we been getting closer?
Oh, yeah. Beep, 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 beep. It's getting dead ahead. Dead ahead.
Okay.
So, as you guys continue on, and the car's getting lower into the city itself, Then you see that he finds like there's different pockets in this area where there's basically like rubble and abandoned buildings, and this is a much rougher part of town than even where you were before, and a lot of derelict stuff. Okay, he finds basically it's like an abandoned lot, chock full of junk and what have you, and finds a spot where he can circle around, and he lowers down and he sets the car down. And he gets out.
Egg, would you like to come with us on this adventure?
Oh,
Yes.
this would be great. Hey, Helix, I'm Egg. Helix and Egg.
Helix and Egg, together forever.
Aw, okay.
I hope you don't mind. I've invited Egg to join us on our adventure.
Great. It's great, Helix. I'm just gonna look around.
Okay, so essentially he just dropped you off in what would be like the ghettos. I mean, most of these buildings are dilapidated, they're abandoned, and what have you. And Stelz, as he gets out, he goes,
All right. So, you need me to take you up in there? I see you keep looking at that beeping thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we need your help to get in there, or will we be able to just walk in?
I can't help you to get in.
Thanks for the offer.
Well, it's just my job to drive you. I'll wait here with the car.
Right.
Thank you.
All right.
And I'll start walking in the direction of this building. Is there a clear entrance from where we are to get into?
you have to,
Where you go?
you got to go. Abandoned, occupied. There's still people here. And as you get out and you get onto the streets, there's a lot of broken down and older cars and things along these lines. But there's also, you notice a lot of foot traffic on a street up ahead of you, where there's people just walking down the street, and they all seem to be heading toward one of these warehouses. And as you make it through a couple more blocks, you start to, some of the buildings that are around you are either collapsed or just not high enough. You see this one warehouse, and then there, up floating above the warehouse, is a beautiful big old holographic spinning image. It's spinning slowly of Roxy Love. There's music that's being pumped out from the warehouse down into the streets and what have you.
Is this where the show is?
Well, Stelz is back by the car, so he can't answer
Yeah,
that.
I'm asking these guys. I'm hoping they'll know more about
Has to be.
entertainment.
Has to be.
Well, you think it is because you're hearing the Roxy music.
Yep.
I'll start walking towards it, doing a little bit like as close to a dance as Helix can do. Just sort
Little
of
dig. Little ditty.
Okay,
like just a little
Egg will
bit.
be like dancing with you.
Egg.
Helix,
Chanting
Helix,
for
Helix,
egg.
Helix, Helix,
Dance.
Helix, Helix.
I'm having so much fun.
We're dancing.
I have a bomb inside of me.
You have a bomb. Don't blow up. That would be sad.
I'll try not to.
Then I would lose my friend, and we're supposed to be friends forever.
Not to mention, you're so close. You would die too.
Yes, and I don't want to die.
Me either.
So basically what ends up happening is you guys start going in and you start mingling amongst these this people. And just from mingling amongst the people, they're all going to the Roxy show.
Right.
There's people, they got their phone communicators out. I'm just going to call them fucking phones. Fuck it. And they're all like, people are playing Roxy music, and they're dancing and there's people drinking and doing drugs and all kinds of. It's like, yeah, everybody getting high for the show.
Ooh.
And one line begets into a next, gets into another, and it starts growing, and the line starts getting bigger. I need some perception rolls.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's go back over onto the die roll so we can see what you guys are doing here.
Perception. Let's see if I can. Oh, yeah, that's another
Okay, Grace got it.
great roll.
You're dancing anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
You and Egg are just, yeah, there's my boy Corey, and he sees it.
Yeah.
Perception is not Helix bailiwick.
Yeah.
Yes.
I gotta keep my eye out for the bags, right? And luggage tags.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Egg is distracting Helix.
Yeah.
Because Egg is like in his hand, he goes, watch, I'm going to shake my butt. And you're like, his little tread just like, and then, you're drinking in all the people. Now, amongst these people, there's all kinds of different types, just like before. But you do see a sprinkling of what appear to be just normal humans. No robotics or what have you. And you do know, well, you probably wouldn't know. I take it back. I won't say anything about that. So as you're walking along with the crowd, you hear, and come streaking over the head of you guys is a guy flying with a backpack on. And when he comes flying up and he stands there for a second and I'm just getting these fucking notifications to update shit. I'll update it after the stream. And it stops hovering in the middle of the air, and the guy like slowly turning around, and he's like looking at everybody that's down, moving in the crowd. Have any of you guys seen the movie The Rocketeer?
Yeah. Is this guy with a helmet?
He has a replica Rocketeer helmet and backpack on. He's got a leather coat like the Rocketeer has, but there's patches all over it. Okay? He's got he doesn't have the rest of the uniform either. He's got like just standard boots or, what have you. But he is wearing gloves. He's got guns in holsters at his sides. And but the backpack and the helmet is a replica of the Rocketeer. He's scanning the people, and then another one flies up and it comes right up next to him, and they're like, you see them like talking to each other, and they're like turning around, looking down, and looking at the people. Corey, the Rocketeers are an infamous hit squad working for the Vega Cartel.
Jesus Christ.
That's awesome.
And you see that, like, when they're looking around and they're looking into the crowds, you see them, like, every so often go up and reach the side of their helmet, and there's, like, a knob up there, and they're, like, twist it and turn it as they look around. And they'll, like, twist it, and then they'll, like, look around some more.
I'm gonna sink a little deeper into my hoodie here as much as I can.
Right.
And I'm gonna try to see if I can see the person that we're looking for, whose name is the First Minister Brenna Afia. So, but it's a pretty crowded place, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try to hide. Can I try hiding first?
You can, and don't forget. Granted, those beeper your trackers, they're pretty high tech. So they don't just say, they'll give you start to give you breakdown and schematics of different places. It's like so far here, so far there, whatnot. You can see according to your tracker Brenna Althea, the first minister of Sector 1, is in that building. The same building that has the rotating holograph of Roxy Love above it. Two more of them fly up in the street a little bit behind where you guys are. So now you're on like this long street, and there's two of them flying up here, two of them flying a little bit behind you, and they're all kind of like doing one of these things and looking around.
So are we in a line is what I'm understanding? Or are we just in a crowd?
You're in a crowd. It's
okay.
not like you're in a queue getting ready to go up and get tickets and go into the concert. It's basically, if you've ever been to any like large like festival or anything like that, and the people coming in from the parking lot, and you join that mass of people just moving in a line, a big line, a crowd. That's what you guys are in.
Okay. So I mean, if we were to like dodge out of where we are, then it wouldn't necessarily be noticeable.
Not necessarily. I mean, it's ripe for hiding.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still being very oblivious. I'm fucking fascinated with everything.
Are there a lot of arties on their way in here?
Yeah, there's plenty of arties too.
Any of them look anything like my kind of arty, like former like workload kind of?
There's a couple of labor arties rolling around.
Nice.
Yeah,
of course.
I wasn't sure if it was mostly like emancipated sort of labor, like housebots kind of. You know, I wasn't sure if that was the most of the
there's
people
all
who live
kinds.
in the city. Or,
And this is one of the things, and this is definitely new to Emmerich's is loving it because it is like
this is my head.
Viva la revolution, you know, because there's arties everywhere. You know, every third person is an arty. So there's tons.
Yeah, we're at Robot Bonnaroo.
There you go. All right, so what are you guys going to do? What are you going to try and do?
I don't know. Like people are yelling
blended
Donna
in.
in the chat. I don't know what that's about. It worries me.
Oh, because you didn't know who Donna Summer was.
Oh.
Booger in my nose or something? Okay.
What are
No,
they
we were
yelling?
yelling at you. We were both yelling at you for not knowing who Donna Summer was.
Totally. Yeah, Donna Summer. I know.
I put it in the
Donna
cast chat on
Summer.
Discord. Just go watch.
The
It's I Feel
lady?
Love. Go listen to that song after the show.
And stuff. Who doesn't know Donna Summer?
Right?
As he looks it up.
Summer?
That's like you guys will never know what it was like to not be able to do that.
Right.
You had to rely on your dumbass friends to tell you, no, I know all about it. And then that was verbatim. That's the way it was. Now you got to go online and read fake news.
I do still remember that from my childhood.
There you
Don't
go.
worry. I grew up at least not having Google.
There you go.
No computer in the house for a long time. But doesn't mean I'm not entirely forgetful about how to actually live that way, because I am all about Googling everything.
Amen to that. As am I. I'm not going to lie. I'm a complete convert. Okay.
Oh, I'm a know-it-all. I need something in my pocket that can tell me I'm right.
There you go. So what are you guys going to do?
Well, I'm going to let everybody know that there are hitmen like rocketing around.
Okay, so
Yeah, because you guys did see these guys rocket in.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell who they are exactly. That they're working for the Vega, which is not a good thing for us. Well, too much of a coincidence for it to not be a good thing. To not be a good thing.
Yeah.
Not be a good thing. Anyways, I'll let them know that this is dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you worked through that sentence structure and
Of course. No,
out
I'm
loud
gonna,
as course.
that's exactly how I said it. And I'm like, doesn't matter. Dangerous. They're dangerous.
How would they know to come here and look for you?
That's what I said. It's too much of a coincidence. This is
Maybe
getting-
we should keep our heads low, move on into the crowd, and try and blend in.
Yes.
And let's find this Prime Minister. Get out.
Yeah. Bet you wish you had that mask now, huh?
So as you
Yeah.
guys are conversing about this and doing your little powwow, you see two of those Rocketeers come racing down into the crowd. Not by you. This is still plenty ahead of you. But it is who they're going and shaking down is visible. You can see. Okay, over the bobbing heads of people walking and what have you. They go down and they start hustling and giving a hard time to a lifter Artie. One that looks similar to Little Red Riding Hood over here with the cape on. But this one doesn't have a cape or anything. And you see they start, like looking at it and they inspect it and all this different stuff. They have their guns out on it. And like everybody that's there goes, oh! And then they don't like run. They just like move out of the way and then keep going. They just like trying to get a little out of the way. There's some people that are watching and stuff. It's almost as if, either they're too high or this is more of a normal occurrence than people would like to think.
So are they just mainly over the crowd? Like if we were to get out of here, they wouldn't be overhead, as far as I can tell.
So like if you were to move off of the street into say like one of the buildings that line it.
Yeah.
Yes. They're just over that street.
I mean, we need to get out of sight.
Look, just hold on. Listen, we need to get outside. Yeah. So before anything else, let's move off.
I think Corey's right. Sorry.
Yeah. We'll listen to what you gotta say, but we need to move now.
Before we leave, I'm going to play something, and you can keep this in mind. Every time you hear this, it means the cartel's coming for you.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Why?
Because the cartel needs their own theme music.
Okay, just do a hard right or hard left where I think that beat was going.
So anyway, with that having been said, we're going to go ahead and end this episode of Sector 1.
But before you end it, like, how do we know they're coming for us? Do they yell at us, or?
Because the theme music starts playing.
Oh, no. So do we just turn? We just turn and the audience doesn't see what we're looking at?
And then the music kicks in.
Yeah, okay.
That's exactly.
Cinematic.
There it is.
And then it's like the end of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure every episode where it's like to be continued. It all like freeze frame, and then it starts playing 70s music.
There you go. All right, cool. Well, hey, I want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in to watch this episode of Sector 1. This is our stand-in game while Uncle Tony's away doing his play from Tales of a Savage Land. We got... Did we get a hard date? I know I keep asking this and I keep failing. Okay, I didn't think so. I think he said the earliest would be February 6th.
I believe 26th? So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But then he's going to go party in LA, he said.
Yeah. That's at the end of the month. This is the last week of the month. So we might have him back for 2 weeks. And then we'll lose him again.
Okay. But we'll figure it out. But anyway, we're definitely Sector 1 for the next 2 weeks. So we're solid.
100%. And
you guys got to get the First Minister.
Yes.
Yeah, and then when he goes to LA, then you're going to be jetting off too. For
after he gets back, so probably the week after, I'll be in Florida. So
okay, so it's very likely we might we'll do something. We'll probably do something. We'll figure it out. So either way,
and
6
then,
to 1.
Come middle of March, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Eventually.
No.
Back to Tales of a Savage Land.
And if you guys haven't watched that, those videos are all over on YouTube.
Go to Wicked Studios LLC, and you can watch Tales of a Savage Land.
And you have weeks to get caught up.
Yeah, along with a bunch of other stuff that we got going on. All right, so go ahead and let's Jonathan, go ahead and sign off for us, would you, man?
Hello. My name is Jonathan. I play Corey, who is supposedly a drug lord, but he is not, but has to pretend to be, otherwise he'll lose his face. Right. And that's it. It's kind of more succinct summary.
Yeah, I love playing that up. That's so much fun for me. All right, Grace, go ahead.
I'm Grace. I played Emmerich's tonight, and apparently obsessively picking at my shellac.
Shellac.
Well, Emmerich's is just a little bit dazed and confused. She's in here. She's ready for it, but she's.
Emmerich's has got to start. The mental math's got to start happening. It's like, okay, I need to figure out how to make money so that I can afford my sweet top of the line arty body and. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. Artie Body sounds like the name of a 60s comedian. Up next, coming up to the mic, we have Artie Body.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. I just flew in, and my arm's tired. All right. And last but not least, we have Dylan.
Hey, guys. I played Helix tonight, and Helix is just absolutely over the moon about having a new friend that he can talk about robot issues with. You know, I think they'll probably be. After this adventure, he'll probably settle into a life of handing pamphlets and educating people on being an arty. I think he just sort of found his partner in crime.
There you go. Either
that, Helix and Egg.
Or even better, it was Lucy from Peanuts, right? She had the booth. You can delve into all your philosophy to help help people out.
Yeah, robot counselor with and Egg will run the desk when check people in.
Yeah, there you go. That's a perfect business model.
Exactly. I was in love with Egg the moment Egg said that they didn't know their purpose.
Exactly.
I was like, the Egg's coming with us. He's finding Egg a purpose.
Oh gosh.
Good times. All right, and I'm Will DM. I am the game master for here at Sector 1. I also am the dungeon master for Greyhawk Adventures, which we have here Tuesdays at 9 o'clock. We're currently doing the Low Fantasy Gaming. We're doing a mini campaign over on Tuesday nights. And we're giving away a hardback edition of the colored version of Low Fantasy Gaming. So if you want, you can go tune in on that on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Saturdays here on our Wicked Studios channel, but it's also simulcast over here onto the Facebook as well. We have Saturday Morning Superheroes, where we play the classic 1980s version TSR Marvel Superheroes. And the game is set in 1985. Good times. We geek out. There's a bunch of old dudes playing that game. We geek out about the 80s. So there you go. So anyway, with that having been said, I want to say thank you very much to everybody for tuning in and watching this episode. And we will see you again next Wednesday. Peace out.
Bye.